This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
White trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. That drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares, but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike, and there's no Rusty. So Rusty has been feeling bad. It is his kids are sick. He's sick, all that stuff. He wanted to come in and try to do it and wanted to try to do a thing, and I said, just stay home, get better. He feels bad because he's been so sick lately and stuff like that. I just said, hey, let's get everybody better first, and then we'll worry about that. Now, having said that, it's me. That's all you get. I am going to do a couple of little special things this week. One being we're going to get a couple episodes that are kind of like Friday episodes, but I just wanted to talk about a couple of things that, I don't know, maybe wouldn't go so great if we had 3-4 people in here or whatever, so it's just me. First thing I want to share with you is these are 19... Let me put it on the stage here. 19 hilarious memes for fans of King of the Hill. You know how we like our cracked and our stuff like that around here. And so this is kind of like that. This is from soapcentral.com. You know, that website you go to all the time. And it's by Aditya Sridhar. That's probably very wrong. But anyway, written December 12th, or published December 12th this year. Not sure why it's got Tucker Carlson on the front of it laughing like a fucking geek. Okay, so it says, King of the Hill is one of the longest running and most popular American animated sitcoms in the world. Having been around for 2 decades with 13 seasons and 250 episodes, the show revolves around the Hill family. We know all of this stuff. So let's skip to the bottom where it says, let's look at 19 hilarious. King of the Hill memes to celebrate this classic. Number 1, funny frames. So we're looking at a tweet here. And I'm assuming you guys, let's see, let me double check. Yeah, you can see it. It's got Bobby in a classroom, and it says, watching some early King of the Hill, and I'm enamored by this frame. So the noseless Bobby, there's a Bobby with no nose. The wide-handled Texas. Texas looks weird as hell. And then for some reason it says, Curtent Affairs. This to me looks, and I know it wasn't, but it looks to me like AI. This is what AI spits out. I was telling somebody yesterday, I think, I was trying to make this logo for this show that I want to start here at the studio, and I was trying to get, just sitting on the couch watching football or something, and playing on the phone. And I went into ChatGPT and like DALL-E and tried to mess with some stuff, and it made this beautiful cover, but it's always spelt wrong, right? It can't get the letters right. So I'm like, okay, we'll fix it. He goes, oh, I'm so sorry. This is it talking back to me, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me fix that for you. And it spits it out. It's wrong again. Okay, very specific. Here, just do this thing. Do this one thing. Fix this little part. Okay, I'm so sorry. Glad for your patience. Blah, 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 blah. And it keeps going. It never fixes it. Never. It never fixes it. Why are we putting our entire future in the hands of a system that can't spell words correctly? I mean, that's one of the first things that computers did, math and words. So I don't understand. All right, second one. Anyone can be filthy rich. It says King of the Hill is a fantasy cartoon where a retail manager and a substitute teacher can own a home. That is 100% accurate right there. Neither one of these guys are making much money. So I'm not real sure where their cash comes from. Number 3, resemblance with a football coach. So I'm assuming this guy went through and did a bunch of SEC coaches. This one happens to be the Auburn coach, Gus Malzahn, I believe. And it shows him as Hank. That's pretty damn close, to be honest with you. You put a visor on Hank, that's pretty much the coach of Auburn. All right, number 4, high relatability. So it says, why are King of the Hill memes the most relatable? And it shows Bobby and Hank at the UT game, and Bobby says, "Is it okay that I feel like I don't want to live anymore?" And Hank says, "Yes, Bobby, that's natural." Wow, how dark! It's super dark, but I guess it's relatable. Sure. Number 5. This is on the reboot, so it shows Bobby is going to be 21 years old, and I'm really hoping that's not what he looks like, because that's a little rough. Plus, it doesn't really match the animation of the show. You go to the next one, and it's just him with a bunch of shit on the floor. I don't know, man. I don't really like that look. But it does kind of fit, I guess, if you're looking at that versus that. Little Bobby, Big Bobby. There's the whole group. Yeah, I don't know. He's a big boy. He's got at least 2 chins. Big old round head. I don't know where he got so big. Like, when you think about the people in Hank's family or Bobby's family, none of them are big. You know? So I'm not real sure why he got so fat. I don't know. Gosh, I hope that's not him. All right, number 6, escaping the snow. It's Texans aren't prepared for this kind of nightmare, sir. And there's like several little flakes around him.
Snow. Texans aren't prepared for this kind of nightmare, sir. We got to work fast. I'll unlock the gas reserves while you rally the troops.
All right, choke it down, people. This is a propane emergency, no time for chewing. If we don't get heat to the people, you can bet the electric company will.
Look at him sliding, just barely.
Joe Jack.
Like he's going to war.
Tail truck.
Don't be a hero, hon.
It's too late.
Can I come too, Dad?
You bet, son. If you can catch a bobtail on the fly, you're welcome at Strickland Propane. Come on.
Run, Bobby, run!
Slow down, Joe Jack. Slow
He
way
still
down.
can't do it.
Slower.
Or
Just stop the truck.
yeah, that's pretty damn relatable. I tell you, like this morning, I was looking at the weather coming up. Toilet time, and it said that we're getting a polar vortex coming through Texas. I guess it's coming through most of the country except for Florida, and we know why. Because Florida's hell. I just think back to like that big storm when the wife and I were stuck in the house for 6 days with no electricity, and we cooked everything in the fireplace, wore the same clothes, put on like 63 blankets at once, that kind of thing. Boy, oh boy, when it gets cold around here, when we get any kind of ice, snow, whatever, we are done for. We can take 100,000 degree heat, but boy, it gets down into the teens. Woo, we're screwed. All right, number 7, when your phone is dead and you've got to take one of those 90s dumps. I'm assuming the 90s dump means you've got nothing to scroll with. So that's what I'm going to say. He kind of looks like he's got nothing to think about. Reacting to a pandemic. This one's a little dated, but it says, this meme is a great reminder of how wonderfully underrated King of the Hill was. I remember when I first watched it, assuming that it was mocking the characters because they all had strong Southern accents, but no, it loved and understood them as real people. This is how King of the Hill characters would be during the pandemic. So, Dale refuses to wear a mask because it violates his basic freedoms. Pretty damn close. Bill has no concept of the 6-foot rule. He would come up and hug you, I'm sure, and ask you how you're feeling. Cotton makes fun of people for wearing masks. Yep. I can tell you that there's maybe one of those in my family. Peggy, self-appointed mask enforcement deputy. I can see that. She would make sure that everybody's wearing their mask and wearing it correctly, while hers is probably on wrong. Boomhauer hangs mask from rearview mirror while driving. I can see that. It's cool to have the mask, but it's cooler to not wear it, I guess is what he's saying. Hank doesn't agree with mask mandate, but wears one at work and to buy beer. Well, I can see that. Hank is, hindsight's 20/20, right? You look at it now and you're like, well, of course we wore masks and we were supposed to do this and that. At the time, we had no freaking clue. We didn't know what the hell we were doing. And so doesn't agree with having to wear one, but will wear one. I get that. Luann protests in large crowds, blames Hank when she gets sick. Okay. Not sure why she's blaming Hank. And then Bobby wears a panda bear face mask literally 24/7. I can see that. Yeah. Bobby, in the fact that they're growing Bobby up, but he's not a furry is kind of beyond me. All right, number 9. Equally important career options. Bobby and so this is Cotton. I love this. Bobby and me have decided he's going to stick vegetables up his nose. He's not going to take over the family gas station. Well, okay. I guess if Cotton's making a decision, it's a pretty damn good one. Let's stick vegetables up his nose. All that men want. King of the Hill really captured the modern plight and desires of man in one photo. Just 4 best friends standing by a fence drinking beer. That's all we want. Yup. Older I get, the more appealing that looks. Just standing there, letting time by, not having to worry about stuff, not really talk about anything, just kind of stand there. Older I get, the more I understand fishing, right? Because it's just solitary and quiet. I get that. When it says the trouble with you is you never know what to do. You just met me. I know your kind. These ladies hated each other, and yet that explains everything about our society right there. You just met me. I know your kind. Book by its cover, folks. Number 12. Coach, I think I swallowed too much mud. Take a salt tablet. Love that. I love the coach who goes nuts and almost kills everybody and then tries to run them over with his car. That's the best. Take a salt tablet. Live action. Would you go see it if it was real? King of the Hill with Tom Hanks, Matthew McConaughey, Bill Hader, David Koechner, and Ken Jeong. So I was looking at this earlier today. I don't think I could take Tom Hanks as Hank. He's just too, I don't know. At this point, he's too grandfatherly, right? David Koechner as Bill, just not enough there for me. I could see Bill Hader. That would work. I could see Matthew McConaughey. That would work. Kim Jong probably work. I think it's a different nationality, though. I don't want live action. Don't give me that. Number 14, propane, and more propane. New things at King of Hill is going to be fire. All right, gang, let's split up and search for propane and propane accessories. It's just Scooby-Doo. With the bug. I want you to understand how far they've gone. Look, the Bugabego's in the back. She's the know-it-all, Peggy. Dale is, he's smoking, but not the right thing. Lady Bird is Scooby. Nancy and Hank. Hank looks a little too sophisticated. Pocket Sand. Oh, boy, this is not anything. This one won't load. But it's just Dale throwing pocket sand. Pocket sand. Cha-cha-cha. Number 16, not an ideal candidate. A meme using a scene from the animated show King of the Hill. In the top image, Hank Hill says to Bobby, you know what's not cool, Bobby? In the bottom image, he says, you know what's not cool, Bobby? Having a candidate who identifies as a Nazi. Okay. Yeah, I would say that's not cool. Number 17, accurate future predictions. Now, this one I like. King of the Hill predicted the Trump shooting, ? Just watch this for a second.
Thank you, President Winklebottom. I would love to join you for tea in the Rose Garden. We got a shooter! I'll take the bullet!
Oh, knocks the gnome over and his ear falls off. See? They predicted it. There it is. Number 18, iconic T-shirt. This is just somebody wearing a shirt that says, I don't know you, I don't know you. With the that's not my purse. But for some reason, the characters look like anime. I don't know why that is. And then number 19, mowing the lawn, greater than everything else. Why would anyone do drugs when they could just mow a lawn? I get that too, Hank. I really do. I get it. I understand what you're saying there because of the solitude and the easiness that comes with that. Hey, there is one more thing I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can find that here. Here we go. It's this. So there's one more thing, and this is really one of the stupidest things, I believe. Let me get this in here real quick. I want to share my screen. This is a thing where people are saying that they see something. It's fairly convincing. So let's take a look here. This is King of the Hill fans are convinced. Get this fucking ad out of the way. God almighty, it's so big. King of the Hill fans are convinced that Cotton Hill is in the 70s Steakhouse ad. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but so this is a steakhouse called Ponderosa's. This is from 1971. This is a vintage ad subreddit. A Redditor named Baby Sutton Bale. Baby Sutton Bale. I don't know. It's like I say, vintage ad subreddit, 1971 magazine spread released as part of Ponderosa's Steakhouse Have a Lovely Day campaign, depicting 4 parties having a very staged time of their lives and at the not so beloved eatery. So Ponderosa was kind of like it was Golden Corral, Bonanza, Ponderosa, Sizzler. They were all kind of the same thing. They were supposed to be a steakhouse, but your steaks were like paper thin, things like that. So the top one, we see a little girl playing with a dolly at the table. Her dad is very intrigued by this dolly. The second one, the girl behind the thing is serving an old lady. Great, good feelings. Then we go down to the bottom. Who is that in the right-hand corner? Well, that's Cotton enjoying a steak. He's all dressed up. It just says, have a lovely day at Ponderosa Steakhouse. But I'll be damned if that's not Cotton. Come on. Look at that. Look at him. That's Cotton. He looks just like him, but he's in a suit and tie, so that is different. But there you go. That's really it. So we went 18 out of 19 for the memes. We saw Cotton in a Ponderosa steak ad. And we talked about how Rusty is not dead, but he's very close. Thank you guys for watching this. I know this is a little bit abbreviated and it's just me, but send Rusty your best wishes for him and his kids. Hope you're having a great new year. And if you can, check us out anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. And also check out Swimmer's Ear. I did that one by myself this week, but we did a weird one. So, double check that stuff out. And if you get a chance, find us anywhere you got. Basically, it's BWAAAKOTH, anywhere you go. So leave a good message for Rusty. Tell him you hope he feels better and welcome him back. And then after the first of the year, we'll all be back. But that's all I got for you. We'll see you next time. We Matanye. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.